Hey everybody. This is my my first times at this, so excuse me. But it is January 26th, and this is a gigantic pop quick hit with the news that Vince McMahon has resigned from his roles as TKO executive chairman and from his position on the TKO board of directors, according to a statement that he provided tonight. Um, he had retired uh, a couple of years ago, came back, got involved with the merger with TKO. It happened, became more powerful than ever, but this time it really does seem like he is out of the way of the company that um, not that he founded, but that he took to a way different level from the one that he took over from his father. So um, just the allegations of what he did is just disgusting. Um, and if he didn't resign, it would have been more disgusting. Obviously, um, this is a sensitive topic, but uh, and all the facts are out there. The Wall Street Journal has a great piece. The screenshots are out there. But Janelle Grant, who worked in WWE's legal and talent departments, alleged that McMahon forced her into a sexual relationship in order for her to obtain and keep her job, passed around pornographic pictures and videos to other men, and other employees, and basically claimed that he, uh, gosh, this is uncomfortable, but she was sex trafficked basically between Vince and other executives and employees. So it's uh it's a sensitive topic. It's made me sick to my stomach, but it is what it is, and where we are. Vince, I kind of have stayed off Twitter because I know there's going to be those people that are going to defend Vince, and that just sickens me because the facts are whether the facts are out there or not. Granted, this is a lawsuit, but you kind of know what happened. I mean, you can see where things have been. Um, I don't know. Uh, just anyway, this is why I'm not good as a host. But the facts are that Vince resigned 2 years ago. I don't think he would resign over just an affair. So clearly there was something there. Paid millions of dollars to keep things quiet. So automatically we knew something was not right. So there are facts. Those are the facts. Now the details of those facts um, we will know soon enough. But clearly Vince was. You don't pay $3 million in hush money, as Tori mentions, if you're innocent. So, um, regardless, in a statement, WWE President Nick Khan told staff in a memo on Friday night that I wanted to inform you that Vince McMahon has tendered his resignation from his positions as TKO executive chairman and on the TKO board of directors. He will no longer have a role with TKO Group Holdings or WWE. So he is, I mean, this is it. Vince is gone. Um, and by all accounts, well deserved. And hopefully this isn't the end of it because it's a civil suit. He's not going to get criminal charges pressed against him that I know of from what I've seen. But uh, hopefully he gets what's coming to him. So um, those are my opinions. I'll take some of your questions. Uh, Jesus, sorry guys with these technical issues. My phone is on the fritz. I'll just move over to this camera. Um, but yeah, send over your questions, and um, I'll try to answer whatever I can. What more sponsorships could WWE possibly lose from this? I actually think now that they acted, it might stop the bleeding. I mean, anything is probably short term, but with them, with TKO acting, with Vince gone, uh, I don't know. It's a huge blow. I don't know if they're going to gain anything, and there are the rumors of The Rock coming in to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, which obviously would have brought a lot of sponsorship money, and I could see people be more wary right now of staying clear of, you have tons of other places to spend your advertising dollars. So, um, yeah, I do think this is going to hurt them short term with sponsorship dollars. Uh, Muda66, do you think Raj they could news off Netflix? I don't think so. Again, this is they acted quickly. They removed him. If they kept him on, again, I don't know how the contract is structured if they had an out for something like that, but um, I don't think so with the fact that he was removed pretty quickly after this all came to surface. But it does leave such a stain in general on WWE. The fact that he is the most associated with WWE, and look, man, WWE is what made me a fan. That's what got me started in 1987. It just sucks as as a pro wrestling fan to see stuff like this at the very top. You know, um, yeah, we'll see what happens. Um, there's a lot of questions here that I really, uh, in the Wall Street Journal piece, Brock Lesnar was kind of mentioned. Hopefully, an investigation's done. Um, and I just think any executive, um, you know what? I think Lance Storm put it best, and I'm gonna quote him. Just one second. Oh, shoot. The older I get, I'm telling you. um, the basically anyone involved or implicit in this needs to be dealt with. Vince is gone, and he's gone. And this was his quote. I think there needs to be a legitimate cleaning house of anyone who covered anything up who knew about this. This is absolutely disgustingly horrible, and Vince needs to be gone and done. And I hope there's criminal charges brought if any of this is remotely true. And I I couldn't say it better myself. That's my personal opinion. Uh, sorry. You know, yeah, Stephanie quit as soon as Vince came back. And the WWE board, I mean, they did. Um, so the board did unanimously vote to not bring Vince back, and he kind of did a hostile takeover to get back in. But um, according to Janelle Grant's claims, she was never contacted regarding um, her side of the story at all, which shocks me. I mean, if you're and it came out they paid millions of dollars in this investigation. Why would you not contact the person at the central of it? So, you know, this is one of those things that has to be answered. Like, why was she not contacted? Was there a real reason? Was it impossible to contact her, which seems ridiculous, but uh, it just seems like that's the number one place you go to when you start this investigation. So Um, yeah, it's just sometimes, and I'm not equating this to anything, but you hear about stuff everywhere. But when you see it here, when it comes to kind of the head honcho of the business of the last 30, you know, 40 years, it's just gross. Um, Jeff Bailey saying a former board member did come out and say that she was contacted. If you can send a link to that, because I hadn't seen that. And geez, in the meantime, that's really all I know. That's really all that's out there. Vince McMahon is done. He's gone. Um, you know, my dog is in the background. She's not happy. um, it's I'm sorry I couldn't be more well versed in this matter, but it's just been rough, I guess. I'm not one thing over my years with Wrestling Inc. I've never claimed to be a reporter. I've never claimed to be a journalist. I never liked stuff like this. I never liked when a wrestler would get a DUI and I'd find out about it. I never wanted. I wanted to create a fun wrestling area for people to come hang out, discuss wrestling, discuss who they think's gonna win Battle Bowl or the Royal Rumble. Um, and then eventually, as we started growing and the news became a thing, I wanted to hire people because this was not my favorite thing because I do get it emotional about this stuff. And you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna do this. Um, I've become such an old man. In StreamYard, how do I get a screenshot? Present, I guess. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to present something here. I never do this, but shoot, this doesn't like the format. Um, all right, forget it. But one of the there's a there's a list of 10, 12 charities that we donate to every month, and one of those is RAIN, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. Been donating every month for decades, and it's rainn.org. Definitely check it out. I find their cause to be so important. Um, Definitely check it out and donate if you can. And some of the others, the Red Cross Child Fund International, Susan G.B. Komen, some local ones, NAMI, the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill, the Children's Hospital, ASPCA, and the Red Cross. So anyway, those are some of the ones I donate to. But Rain, and I was going to say having daughters makes it even more important, but it doesn't. Just being a human being makes it important. So um, anyway, either should we shift topics? Should we talk about the Royal Rumble for a couple of minutes? It seems weird, but I'd like to leave it on a high note. So, um, fuck Vince is all I got to say. And any other questions? Someone's saying go Lions, go 49ers. That's all I got to say. Um, any other non? Can you talk about the Raw situation after the USA contract is up? Yeah, I mean, apparently they have a plan in place because it looks like Gosh, I'm saying a lot, which drives me nuts. But um, there I did it again. It's not going to be on USA, so either it goes to Peacock, or I don't know what they do. I can't see any network wanting to bring them on for 3 months. When the end goal is another network. So I mean, it does bolster their ratings. For a streaming network like Paramount, it would increase their subscriptions for 3 months. And I mean, we just saw it with Peacock with that NFL game they aired. And granted, the NFL is not Raw. Raw is way smaller, but you get that influx of subscribers, and a lot of those just don't cancel. So I can't see them doing that. My guess is Peacock, but this whole TV rights thing, who would have guessed on their bingo card a year ago that the end game would be SmackDown on USA, which wasn't insane, but Raw on Netflix and then NXT on CW. No one. I did no one. I mean, go back and look for it. There's literally nobody that I'm fairly certain there is not one person, but we'll see. Jason B. Smith, they'll go live on YouTube. Oof, that's a big loss in revenue for three. I mean, you got to think about how much money they make per month with that show. But I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to if there's no other options. But I mean, they'll do well on YouTube. Favorite movie recently watched? We'll do a couple more of these. And if you guys have any Royal Rumble ones, feel free to send them over. Just saw Killers of the Flower Moon. Freaking amazing. Sick to my stomach the first half of the movie, but that's what it's supposed to be. Loved it. Watched it a second time. Each time it's taken 4 nights because it's so long. And after done with my kids and girls go to bed, I basically have 1 hour. So it's a long movie. It's a commitment, but so freaking good. Any surprise returns at the Rumble? I don't know about surprise returns. I'm sure there will be, but there is going to be a surprise debut, as I mentioned on Twitter. So look out for that. Who do I want to see win the Royal Rumble matches? I'd like to see CM Punk, even though reports came out that it's Gunther. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if they're just going off the weeks before TV. But I'd like to see CM Punk because I think CM Punk and Seth Rollins is a bigger match than Seth Rollins and Gunther, but Seth Rollins and Gunther does elevate Gunther a lot to where you could go to Gunther and CM Punk down the road. It opens up a bunch of different matches. On the women's side, I'd like to see Bailey. I've been saying it for a while now. I think they've been doing the breakup forever. I think Io Sky and Bailey is the way to go. And Raj, do you see Okada as a needle mover at all? That's a tough one because I could see him moving the needle more in AEW, uh, just because I think the AEW fan base is more familiar with New Japan than WWE. I think WWE they'd have to do a bigger job of building him, but I don't think he would be a mid-level star. I could see him, if it didn't work out at the worst, I could see him being, on the level of, gosh, maybe like I don't know. That's a tough one to say, but I don't see him being a flop. I don't, but as far as him being a big hit, he would have to be booked right. Stellar Justin Lopez saying Verasso retracted his report yesterday, saying he got the wrong info. That's the SI report saying that Gunther was going to win the Royal Rumble, dethrone Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. It was going to be Rock and Roman. Man, that is a big report to put out there. And I love Justin Barrasso. I consider him a friend. But I remember I tweeted this out, but I don't like. I deleted it. I delete tons of tweets all the time because usually I just don't want to hear about it. I'm busy the next day and I don't want this stuff flooding my timeline. But when I saw Justin's thing, I was like, why would WWE leak out the winners to their two biggest events of the year months away? And then why would a mainstream media publication, not a, it's one thing if the wrestling site does it, it's a different, you know, um, but Sports Illustrated to publish the winners of a leaked event, I don't know. It just seemed, I don't know what the right word is, low rent. They wouldn't do that if they got. I mean, granted, Sports Illustrated wouldn't do that, but would Entertainment Weekly post the ending of Game of Thrones before the finale? It just seemed the whole thing seemed bizarre to me. So it's who knows. Rock shows up 30. And I still think it's gonna be Rock and Roman. I do gotta wonder if this Vince stuff does make Rock more wary of being involved right now. Like even if that was the plan 4 days ago, um, like all of a sudden there's this black cloud, and even though Vince is gone, there's still that cloud. It doesn't go away right away. Fall back. He's probably still looks the same as he did. So who knows? Rock is on the board, but he also knows there's a public image, and people will be like, "Oh yeah, Rock, he won the Royal Rumble. He's going to WrestleMania, or he's facing WrestleMania." And oh, by the way, Vince just did this and was kicked off the board, and just resigned. So it's it's the media has a way of keeping his name in for something someone else did. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, 5 more minutes. I did tweet out there's going to be a big debut. Look for that at the Rumble. Um, I'm not going to give any more information on that. A lot of people have been DMing me. My lips are sealed. That's all I can say. Um, but it'll be. I will say this: MJF possible for the Royal Rumble. No, I honestly do believe that MJF is signed with AEW for years, and this isn't double sourced or anything. This is my belief from what I've heard. He's not going anywhere for a while. And it would be stupid for Tony Khan to put him in that position for him to be a free agent uh, at the beginning of this month. Humble 85, good evening. Do you think women open the show and men close? Kind of think it depends who wins and loses. Um, right now, I think the most interest is in that four way. So, but if you have a surprise winning the women's rumble, or so I guess it all depends how it's booked, or so yeah, like the year Ronda Rousey won. It all depends how it's booked. I don't think Mercedes Monet is gonna be in the rumble, but if she were to come in and win, that should be the last match. But I definitely do not think that's happening. I think so. Bigfoot sneakerhead saying, "Is it a good debut?" I think so. There's Stellar Justin Lopez saying there's only 4 matches. Should be a quick show. It's not going to be one of those 5-hour shows that goes on forever. But you got to remember, 2 of those shows are an hour long, so um, they'll probably go over the 3-hour runtime. And Jose Sorella saying, Raj, would you like to see John Cena as Doctor of Thugonomics as a babyface in 2024 before he retires? I want to see current John Cena getting some wins, going out because he's just been destroyed. He has, over and over. Um, to the point where now it doesn't matter if anyone beats him. People aren't getting elevated. Solo Sikoa is not any higher than he was 6 months ago. Austin Theory wasn't any higher than he was before beating Cena. You need to get Cena some wins so that when you beat Cena, it means something. Because now it doesn't mean anything. So I'd like to see him get some wins, and honestly, I'd like to see him beat gosh, uh, somebody of note and go out on top because if anyone's deserved it, Cena has. And with that, so tomorrow night, our Royal Rumble, first time ever. Me, Matt Morgan, Glenn Rubenstein. We are doing a post PLE episode of Gigantic Pop. We're going to discuss the Royal Rumble, review the show, go over everything, take your questions. Um, so one thing with Gigantic Pop, we when we started it, it was always meant to be lighthearted, fun. Um, s- so obviously, we will take your questions on everything that's going on with Vince and his resignation and the lawsuit, but we do want to keep it fun and lighthearted as well. So I don't. Hopefully, we don't spend too much time on it. Spend time on the Rumble. Spend time on freaking Killers of the Flower Moon or whatever the Emmy nominations. I mean, the Oscar nominations. It's just a weird time. So I hope you guys are doing well. I really appreciate all of you subscribing. The growth that we've had. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys. Um, and we're gonna keep this going. But it's just been a bummer of a week, and just sad to see how nasty um, humanity can be. And hopefully he gets his, and hopefully things keep getting better and better in this world. Because at times, man, with my kids, I never worried about myself that much, but with my daughters, I worry more and more every single day. So let's keep getting better, people. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow night after the Royal Rumble. Please tell a friend. Please subscribe, and I promise you, tomorrow will be a lot more lighthearted and fun. So take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.